This is the Okanagan Sun Coaches Show with Jason Casey and Ryan Waters.
It all comes down to this, a first-place showdown with the 9-0 Vancouver Island Raiders on the final day of the regular season. For the Sun, they need to win by more than 13 points to clinch home field advantage throughout the postseason. Both teams know what's at stake on Sunday afternoon. Last time the Sun hosted the Raiders at the Apple Bowl, the visitors left town with the Cullen Cup trophy, a memory the Sun players have not forgotten. Head coach Jason Casey has liked what he has seen in practice this week.
Absolutely. So far, it's been a great week of practice. Guys are down to business. They know what we need to know or to do and expect from the Raiders. The guys are devouring film. They know our game plan. So far, considering it's Thursday, it looks fantastic.
Have you been holding back any plays at all the last few weeks so the Raiders don't get a peek at it and on film?
We're always repping things on offense, defense, and special teams that we think might work in certain scenarios and versus certain, schemes that other teams run. So we do have certain, defensive plans that if we need to use, we will. But, aside from that, we're coming in with what we do best. And, I've been the DC for 4 years and I haven't changed anything. And, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So we know what we need to do, and that's to stop Yance and Botel, plain and simple. They've got 3 stud receivers that we need to worry about, but if Yance can't get them the ball, then, victory is ours. So Yance and Botel are the keys from defense, and we know that their front 7, we have to get someone on their Mac backer for our offense to be effective, and we're going to execute it that way.
Well, they've had the great passing attack you talked about. Yance, of course, his great receivers. Botel, a different story. But in the passing game, the Sun DBs have given up a big play now and then because they're young. How have you combated that problem?
Well, just repetitions. That's what we keep doing. And, we'll show on game film where they broke down and what it needs to look like. And then we'll show what the Raiders like to do as a passing offense. So, we're hoping that, our starting 5 can get the job done, and if not, then we'll roll new guys in. But you don't want to just be pulling guys off because of one mental mistake. Guys know our expectations as a coaching staff is, physical mistakes happen. If someone's a little bit faster than you, a little bit taller than you, okay, fine. It takes time to kind of go over that kind of thing in the offseason. But mental mistakes, if you're making the same mistake over and over again, you won't see the football field. So our guys are busting their asses to make sure they get their game plan down so they can be effective on the field and get on the field.
Where do you pose the biggest problem for them, do you think?
I don't know. I think we're pretty evenly matched. I'm not tipping my hat either way.
If you win, but don't win by 14, is it disappointing?
Absolutely. I'm not going to put us in a position to lose the game, but whether we lose by 10 or win by 13, it's the same thing. Whether we're 9-1 in second or 8-2 in second, really, it doesn't matter. I want to win the game. That being said, we're going to be going, balls to the wall to win by 14 or more, and that's not going to be easy. The Raiders aren't going to come in here and lie down. They don't have all these championships because they're, an average team. They're well coached. They've got a lot of talent. They're going to come in here with swagger and want to beat us on our home field. And we've got to make sure, A, they don't do that, and B, we finish first. But our lads know it's not going to be an easy task. It's going to be a 60-minute dogfight. The Raiders are tough as nails. So our guys need to be up to the challenge if we're going to pull off a victory by 14 or more. And, I'm a betting man that it'll happen.
Are you different or that much different from week 5?
Absolutely. Night and day. Night and day different. Our offense is firing on all cylinders. I love the way our offense is churning. Our O-line, I've been saying, this is probably the 10th time I've said it, they're big, mean, and nasty. And, our O-line are turning into pricks, and that's what you want. You want pricks as O-linemen, and we've got 5 starting ones, and I love it. So I'm looking forward to seeing them going against the Raiders front 7.
The Raiders continue to roll. They've set a new Canadian Junior Football League record, scoring over 500 points for the second time in 3 seasons. They are the only team in CJFL history to score more than 500 points in a single season. Their defense has given up the fewest points in the conference, and their experience is second to none. As head coach Matt Blocker believes that gives them an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's all on how you want to approach things, and I think pressure is just something you either put on yourself or you don't. And we, I think, put a lot of pressure on ourselves to succeed. So, we're really excited, and this is going to be a pressure-full game. Every play is going to matter, and it's going to be a ton of fun.
Do you feel you're in the driver's seat? Because even if you do lose by 13 points or less, you still win home field advantage?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever felt I've been in the driver's seat ever. Every game's different and every circumstance different, and you just have to deal with it as everything comes. And so, for as far as I'm concerned, I don't really look at one team in the driver's seat more than the other. And I think our team will worry about the points in a scenario, I think, more in the fourth quarter than we're worrying about it right off the bat. And And if it plays, it plays. But we just have to be focused play to play, and we can't get too over concerned about that right now.
Where do you feel you pose the biggest problem for the Sun?
Well, I don't know if we pose too big of a problem in anything for the Sun. I think right now they're playing great football, maybe the best football they've been playing. And I know some people say, well, they didn't play that good versus Chilliwack, but they play a whole different style of game when it comes to the Vancouver Island Raiders. So, our only thing we can hope for is that we can play consistent football. And I think, it's the one thing, Ryan, that we've worked hard at, and I think we've been pretty good at. So we have to be that same consistent team that has to have the ability to throw and run and vice versa on defense, and also pose a little bit of threat on specials. So, if we're consistent in what we do, then we feel that we're going to be in the ball game, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Well, are you the same or a little bit different from Week 5 last time you saw them?
Oh, I think we're completely different.
Yeah.
I think we play at a whole different tempo. I think we understand our systems a lot better. We had a chance now, obviously, to play everybody in the league, and I think that our adjustments and how we, now that we've played teams, we can approach it, from a lot smarter situation because we have played them. So I believe the Okanagan Sun are completely different, and I really believe the Raiders are completely different as well.
The Sun and Raiders kick off Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. at the Apple Bowl, in what should turn out to be another classic between these two BCFC powerhouses. I'll have the live play-by-play on Thanksgiving Sunday. Until Sunday afternoon, I'm Ryan Waters.